been a couple of days. We're just leaving the apartment now. That is where the gym is behind me. And then we come out into... I haven't actually filmed this yet, have I? So come out into where the pool is. And we're going to start the day off by going for an iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. Is the best place we've gone to. It's been a couple of days. We've done a lot of the different things. We've done feeding the elephants at the elephant sanctuary, where you basically got watermelon and passed it to the elephants. Obviously, we've had New Year's Eve, where we went down to a beach called Kamala Beach, where the sun was setting. We swam in the sea all day after having trained that day in the gym. Banana and Nutella rotis, which are like pancakes in Thailand. And then there was some fireworks off the beach as well. So I just think I'll probably just overlay all the clips on top of this one. We've been to Phuket Old Town as well, which is like the oldest part of Phuket, with really old, cool buildings. Almost reminds me a little bit of like more European feel. That is the update. But today's video, I thought what we'd do is a full day in the life being a bodybuilder out in Thailand. And just to preface it, it's not a cheat day video. This is like normal food of what I'd normally eat while we're here. Started off with a black coffee and a bit of a fasted walk, so I'll take you around the shop as well when we're there, because that's a little bit different to home. So black coffee in the shop that we're normally in, and then me and Grace are discussing what things we're going to buy to bring home, because we want to bring some stuff home that you can't get in England, but that's not just strictly Thai food either. So there's things like the Oreo packets, which you don't really get them like that in the UK. We're like that, and we're trying to figure out what we want to bring home, because we've got a lot of luggage allowance. We both have 30 kilos of luggage, and when we weighed it in with the supplements in, which we've gone through now, pretty much all gone now, they were only 17 kilos each. We're gonna see what we can get from the shops, maybe not today, maybe later in the week, just for little gifts to give people when we come home. So we have meal number one. I think protein in this is about 60 grams. Fat is about 25 grams of fat, and then obviously no carb. And that's been filling me up for the first part of the day, to be fair, and then I'm hold off on my carbs until later in the day post-workout, and a little bit of pre-workout as well. So typically like fruits, like a banana or something pre-workout with some protein, and then post-workout oats with some protein as well, and then maybe something from 7-Eleven. I don't think I've shown them on the YouTube, but I've put them on my Instagram story about, they do these like triangles of almost like a larger piece of sushi, which has like salmon in it, and it's literally the only ingredients in it really are salmon, seaweed and rice, and you can take the seaweed off the outside. So it's about 80 grams of rice and 20 grams of salmon in one of these little triangles, which is a decent post-workout as well, so sometimes I'll get that. So if I do later, I'll show you on here, but that is going to be meal number one to start the day. Gym and train, I think, hamstrings, glutes. So we've eaten breakfast, and then I've spent the last hour or so planning the program for when we return from Thailand to begin prep. Not too different to what we were doing, just slightly rejigged in the sense of putting even more emphasis through the back, with 2 back days in there like I have been doing. More delt work in there as well, because I think I need more delts to just cap my physique off, make my waist look smaller. And obviously we're going to go into a deficit now, so we're not going to really be in the best position to grow a load, and especially on lower food I find my legs actually drop off quicker as a body part and get leaner much quicker than my upper half. So just having a little bit less volume on there, it's not going to get battered as much and should be able to come in a little bit bigger with lower volume training, whereas my upper body doesn't tend to get as lean as my lower body. Lower volume on legs, more biased towards hamstrings really, because that's a weaker area again. So maintain the quads. If anything, that might grow them a little bit more because it's got more time to recover in that deficit, and I could put more effort into those sets having less of them, if that makes any sense. And then yeah, prioritize the upper body a bit more. So I'll break that down in another video when we go home, because I'm not going to start this yet. I'm going to wait until we get back to begin that program. Plus I'll have more equipment available to me. Obviously be back in Arnold's, having all my Panata gear there as well. It's going to be a better place to start a program like that with more equipment. So continue on with what I was doing anyway in the gym today, but I'm excited to get home and try that out as well. I know it's sad to say that, but I actually really enjoy training, so things like that get me excited. But anyway, that is the update. We're going to head to the gym now. So that has been the usual pre-workout sort of cocktail, which is protein RTD from 7-Eleven. Not ESN, but unfortunately I've run out of my protein now, it being like 3.5 weeks in. So protein RTD, coconut water for electrolytes and carbohydrates intra-workout, and then a banana as well for carbohydrates, and a bit of potassium as well as the coconut water having potassium in there as well. And then obviously a big bottle of water too. And then we're literally at the gym now. There you go. So in the gym now, pre-workout, we still have a little bit of stuff left from what we brought over. So we have crank stim, seeing as today's a leg day. We go with 1.5 scoops of crank stim. Still got a bit of pump in there. It's 4.5 gram of citrulline per serving, so still get a pump off it. But it's got 200 milligram of caffeine, so 1.5 scoops of 300 milligram of caffeine. And I think this is going to be the last serving, to be fair. So. Side of things, I'll do mix that with caffeine with coconut water. And then we're going to do hamstrings and glutes, so see you in there. Second exercise on there, that second set, doing it bilaterally, and then we're going to do 2 more sets unilaterally, just because I feel like the pad on this is slightly off. So you get a little bit of a better connection doing it single leg. But you can shift some decent amount of load on there. It's actually a really nice piece of kit. But we're done with 2 legs now. Back it off about half the weight, 1 leg for 2 more sets, and then we move on. Onto RDLs now, and I haven't done RDLs for a while. It was in the program. I said I wasn't going to start. However, it's something I think takes a couple of weeks for your central nervous system to get used to, despite having done deadlifts for a while. So I'm kind of used to the movement, just a little bit different, isn't it? Obviously, idea behind this is it's going to load more glute, hamstring, and a bit less on the back, but regardless, if you're trying to stabilize 200 plus kilo with your lats and traps and rhomboids, your back's going to get worked anyway. So yeah, we're going to see how this goes. 180 on the bar in a minute, and then we'll just work up from there. Sets, rep range is like 6 to 8, and we'll just keep it at that, to be honest, for like 2-3 sets maybe. Yeah, see how it goes. So that was 180, and then we've got 220 on the bar, and I'll just see how that feels, because 180 felt comfy. So heavy. Right, that is legs done. This is the aftermath of legs, despite you being air conditioned in there, still sweat loads at maximum fitness, which has been our second home while we've been here in Thailand. Last space. And now we're finished. We're going to go to 7-Eleven, and we always eat post-workout on the beachfront. I've actually got post-workout with me today, but I think we'll get a shake as well, won't we? Extra protein.
Oh my God, it's really funny.
Extra protein, so we're going to head there, and then we'll see you when we're eating post-workout. So that's 7-Eleven shop done. Banana bread. You've got like a pineapple, which we're going to share. Protein shake, which we've already shown. Pepsi Max, not for any post-workout reasons, just because it's refreshing. These sweets, which are really good. Grace got a tuna cucumber sandwich and a banana protein shake. What? I'm starving. Then I've got 50 grams of oats with 40 grams of whey protein for my post-workout, half of which is on the lid. So that plus my shake, plus a little bit of pineapple, roughly 60 grams of protein and about 50 grams of carbs with a little bit of pineapple in there as well. So that's going to be post-workout, and then after here we're going to get the bus from literally not far down there behind us, and we're going to go to the aquarium, which is in like the shopping mall not far from where our apartment is. So that's the plan for today. We're going to eat post-workout on the beach. So we have come to the aquarium, which is in the main big mall here at the Phuket. We got a McDonald's drink, which is enormous compared to UK size ones, and this is the entrance to the massive mall. They do things OTT here in Thailand. It's either one minute you're walking down the street with like the tripping over the pavement and there's holes everywhere and there's a river going through with like sewage and stuff, and then next minute you're in a place like this with massive statue of samurai warriors. That's really cool, isn't it? That last clip was from a couple of days ago when we went to the aquarium. The phone died afterwards and we didn't get any more footage from that day, but usually the day ends with us getting like a whole roast chicken from the shop down the road, because they're about £3, sometimes £2 if they've been on offer. So we've been eating a whole chicken, and sometimes a whole chicken and a half for me, because Grace doesn't like anything but the chicken breast on it. Most evenings, which is the most anabolic thing you can probably do, eat a whole chicken. So doing that, and then usually after that either topping it off with some Greek yogurt or something like that, with maybe some protein. However, that was 2 nights ago, last night we had a bit of a refeed, so I'll put a photo in, some fried rice, 2 chicken breasts, jacket potatoes, some potato wedges, and that was it, I think. And then I weighed in this morning, 121 kilo again, so the weight really didn't change. So back into the deficit now after that small refeed, just to help with training performance more than anything while I'm here. And my goal was to get down to about 265 by the end of this trip, and we've pretty much done that, with no real assistance other than before I use a GH I've been running regardless anyway, for the last 8 weeks or so, and will continue to do so throughout prep. Replacement dose of test, which roughly for me works out about 200 milligram, puts me top of that natural range of testosterone when I get my blood work done, which I'm going to get done when I get home as well. That's already ordered and booked. And yeah, that has been a sort of a typical day, average day, when we're not doing any excursions or anything while we've been here in Thailand. And I'm going to leave the video there because we've got some other stuff planned for the rest of this week, and I'll see you in the next video.